Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another vlog. It is December 18th, 2016. 7 days before the magical Christmas day. I'm up a little late this morning, about 8:30. Got out to the sports book to make my NFL bet for the day and get some coffee and pastries for my wife and my daughter. So it's another day starting here in beautiful Las Vegas. Yep, just got out of the house. It is cold. I don't know if you see the smoke. You see that? Doesn't happen very often in Las Vegas. Look again. Now my day can really begin. Man, this elevator reeks of marijuana. It smells like freaking marijuana in here. Woo! 420. But that was tremendous. The actual elevator reeked of marijuana. You know what's surprising though? No, it's not surprising. That's not the first time that's happened. Today is December 18th, 2016. Today is actually one of those days that happened in my life a long time ago that was probably, I'm not gonna say, I guess it was a regret, but in the long run it turned out to be something that turned out great. And I'm gonna tell you about the story about this date right now. So December 18th, 1999, some 17 years ago today, I had gotten married for the first time. I lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was still in the Air Force, and I married this girl who I've only dated for 6 months. And we got married a week before Christmas. There was some circumstance that happened that we had to get married that day. I won't go into the details, but it was pretty bad of why we got married on that day. But from the get-go, the whole wedding was like, it should have been a sign that things weren't gonna work out, because first of all, I got sick that day. I was sick as a dog during that wedding day. And also, my parents didn't really approve of the wedding. My brother didn't like my ex-wife at the time. And literally, the whole wedding was like all about what she wanted and nothing about what I wanted. It was just, the music was horrible, the food was horrible, the ambiance was horrible. Like, the whole thing was just, I mean, the actual wedding ceremony itself was actually super nice, but everything after that was horrific. It was just one of the worst. I don't know. It just knew that things weren't going to work out. It was everything she did, nothing I did, and I say that it was a bad decision now. But it turned out to be a good decision in the future, because my ex-wife was 21 at the time. I was 26. And she was like, she never lived away from home. She was like a total mama's girl. It was like every day we had to be at her mom's house every Sunday, so I couldn't do stuff that I wanted to do. And I did it because I thought that I loved her. I thought that, you know, she was the one. But it turned out to be totally false. We were actually married for 3 years. And everything fell apart when when I got stationed here in Las Vegas to Nellis. I think because her brother moved in with us, came with us, and her brother was like 17 at the time, and it was horrible. Like, we never had any privacy. And you know, I like the guy. I love my ex-brother-in-law. I really liked him a lot. But I just felt that, you know, we needed me and her time, you know, when we got married. So it created a lot of tension between me and my wife and him eventually. And just that we drifted. We found that we had nothing in common. We didn't have the same goals. She was always wanting to see her mom, talk to her mom, and she didn't want to like do anything I wanted to do. And then I remember us living on the base, and one night I went to go play poker, and I came home, and then she said that she went to one of her friend's house, and she kissed another guy that night. I mean, she told me that night. She said she did it that night. She told me, because she was drinking. She felt horrible about it, and it was at that point of the marriage, and this was maybe a year and a half into the marriage, that I knew that this wasn't going to work out. And I don't know. It just got worse when we moved to Nellis here in Vegas. And eventually, the last year of our marriage, we pretty much did our own thing. She actually went out with some other guys, and I was at home. And I mean, we were separated but still living together, but we were like more like roommates than lovers. And it was pretty sad how it ended. That she was going out all the time with other guys, and I felt like a scumbag, you know. I felt like I was weak, you know. So we got divorced. She went back home, and I stayed there. And it was a year after that is when I met my future wife, my current wife, who I love very, very much. Now, what that marriage has taught me, that I didn't just go into the new relationship, you know, wanting to get married right away. We actually dated for 6 years before we got married. I wanted to make sure that the wife I have now is the one, and ended up being the one. And you know, 13 years later, 14 years later, we're together. We're still together. We've been married for 7 years now. 8 years now, and it's been fun. But none of that would have happened if I didn't have that 3 disastrous years of my first marriage. And I like to call my Albuquerque days my dark years, because it really was dark, both personally and professionally. It was like the worst decision I ever made was moving to Albuquerque. It was just, nothing went right, and I was like in this dark place pretty much for 3 years. But you know, I'm out of it now, and there are times when I think about those 3 years. I try not to, but it is what it is. It's so funny because she's not on Facebook, so I haven't even contacted her or even talked to her for like almost 10-11 years now. I mean, her brother, my ex-brother-in-law, was on there for a while, but he's not on Facebook no more. And I actually try to make friends. I sent friend requests to some of her cousins that I thought were my friends, but they never like accepted or even responded. So it totally told me what that family was really like. They were not good people. I mean, they pretty much blame me for the marriage being a disaster. But you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So that's why every time December 18th, I get a little depressed, a little sad because of what I went through, the 3 years I wasted. But then by the end of the day, I'm thinking I'm happy because I'm in a good place now in my life. Everything happens for a reason. I got a good family, got a good wife, got a good kids. You know, I'm doing what I want to do in life. And I think if I would have stayed with her, it would have been disastrous. I mean, we would have been married 17 years today if we were still together. 17 years ago, this all happened. So just want to tell you that story of December 18th. As I call it, the best day of my life and the worst day of my life. So the last word on that, so the last word on that time of my life is, I wish no ill will on her. I think the last I heard of her, she's married, has a couple kids. But like I said, I have no ill will towards her. I wish her the best. I wish things would have gone better, but it didn't. And that's the way it is. It's just so sad that I have, especially on Facebook, mostly on Facebook, there is nobody on my Facebook, as far as my friends, associated with my time in Albuquerque. Not her, not her brother, not her family, not one single person. And I just think that's kind of sad, because I did like them. I did like their family a lot. But, you know, it's the way it is. It's just the way it is. So it is cold out here. I just got off work. My face is freezing. My ears are cold. For those of you who don't think it doesn't get cold here in Vegas. So those of you guys who are watching this from the East Coast, I know you're probably laughing. Goes, that's not cold. For us in Vegas, 44 degrees is like below zero. It's so cold. So I am getting ready to go home, just unloading my stuff here, my man purse. You know, I'm about to make that long trek home. I think I'm gonna end the vlog here because I just want to go home and rest. So yeah, if you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. Please share with your friends. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And one more thing. Thank you for listening to my rant about the best and the worst day of my life.